living in a world where everything is made for beings who are different from you, and where life is lived in the opposite direction. Imagine going through everyday tasks, fumbling about, and trying to adapt to backwards objects. Well, this is what it's like to be left-handed, and I would know, because I am a wrong-handed southpaw lefty. There are reasons that people make up nicknames for people like me, though. Mainly because left-handed people are vastly different from right-handed people, and in many more ways than you would think. They actually differ physically, psychologically, and statistically. But how could they be more different besides the dominance of opposite hands, you may ask? Well, let's look at some specifics. Left-handed people differ from right-handed people in physical ways, as I said. For example, according to the Cool Quiz website's Did You Know section, on left-handed people, the nails on the left hand tend to grow faster than those on the right. Also, as stated on the website for Left-Handers Day, left-handed people tend to adjust to underwater sight more quickly than right-handed people. Also, left-handers tend to excel in sports such as tennis, baseball, swimming, and fencing. In fact, as I found on the Anything Left-Handed website, athletes like Babe Ruth, Mark Spitz, and Ty Cobb were lefties. Also, as I know from experience, left-handers also tend to cope better with objects made for right-handed people than vice versa, which is probably due to the fact that most everyday items are made for right-handed people, which include refrigerators, scissors, right-handed desks like are used in some colleges, guitars, and can openers. Lastly, as I also found on the Left-Handers Day website, right-handed people usually reach puberty 4 to 5 months before left-handers. Now that we've discussed some physical differences, let's discuss some psychological ones. Like I said, left and right-handed people differ in psychological as well as physical ways. In right-handed people, the left hemisphere of the brain is more dominant. The left side of the brain has been said to be more rational. This is the side of the brain that responds to verbal directions, solves problems logically, looks at parts of things in a sequence, pays attention to the differences in things, is more planned and structured, favors talking and writing, prefers multiple choice tests, and controls feelings. But in left-handed people, the right side of the brain is more dominant. As I found in an article on ehow.com, the right side of the brain is used for looking at things as a whole, spatial awareness, and quick thinking. Also, according to an article from Yahoo Lifestyle, left-handed people are 3 times more prone to alcoholism because of the right side of the brain's lack of inability to tolerate alcohol. And possibly because of the use of the right hemisphere of the brain, left-handed people tend to be at either extreme end of the intelligence scale. Among lefties, there is a higher percentage of mental retardation, while there is also a higher percentage of quick thinking and problem-solving skills. Also, among the fascinating facts on the Left-Handers Day website, I also found that there is a high level of stuttering and dyslexia among left-handed people, which could be due to some children who are forced to use their right hand despite their left tendencies. Now, keeping all of this in mind, let's look at a last difference between left and right-handed people. They also differ statistically. On average, left-handed people make up 5 to 15% of the world's population, leaving the other 85 to 95% as right-handed, as I found in one of the more aforementioned articles from Yahoo. Now, the 10% gap is because some people are naturally left-handed and report to be right-handed, or vice versa, which occurs for various reasons. Also, according to an article in the medical sciences section of the Helium website, 2 out of 3 left-handed people are male. And statistics from several of the websites I visited have shown that right-handed people tend to live about 9 years longer than lefties, which is strange, but it could be due to the accidents that are caused by things intended for right-handed people, which leads me to say that left-handed people tend to have more accidents. Lastly, as I also found in the Left-Handers Day website, there is a high probability that at least one child in a set of twins will be left-handed. Now, as we move toward concluding, I would imagine that after seeing all of these bodily, mental, and numerical differences between 2 types of people who seem so different, or seem so alike at first, it must be easier to see why people make up nicknames and such for a trait like that. However, as we've seen, there are both advantages and disadvantages to being either right or left-handed. So, while things may be backwards, upside down, or just not the left way, for me, living life as a left-handed person has not been all that bad. But I would like to see a right-hander try.